Hey everybody, this is David Minns from G4 Guitar School in Lake Forest, and welcome to another video lesson. In today's lesson, we're going to be taking a look at how to start to develop a really good technique for picking with our picking hand. Okay, so what we're going to look at, if you get your method guide, okay, and turn to page 11, you'll find there's 5 exercises there, and we're going to look through those 5 exercises. Okay, the first thing we're going to look at though is how do we start holding a pick. Okay, how do we hold a pick and how do we place it on the guitar in a way that we can have a consistent action on this one. Okay, so the next little part of this video will take you through into that and then we'll go from there. Okay, here we go. Okay, so the very first thing we're going to learn is how to hold the pick and how to place our hand against the guitar. And this is the same whether it's going to be an electric guitar or an acoustic guitar. There is no difference in how we start our techniques. Okay, so let's take a look at it. We're going to take our pick, okay, and hold it by the tip, okay, in the hand, in the opposite hand to our picking hand. Okay, then we're going to take our picking hand and we're going to point our index finger forward, okay, and then we're going to crook it over as if we're pulling a trigger on, say, an Xbox game or something. Okay, from there we're going to take our pick and we're going to place it across the first knuckle with the point of the pick facing out. Okay, and then from there we're going to take our thumb and put it down on top. Okay, and that's how it should look. The pick is kind of coming out of my first knuckle there and pointing out. Okay, so that's how we start to hold the pick. Let's recap and go through that again. I'm going to hold the pick in the opposite hand, take my index finger, okay, point it forward, crook it over. Okay, then I'm going to take the pick with the point facing outwards, place it across the very first knuckle, and then I'm going to put my thumb down on top of it. Okay, once we've got there, that's our place to start. Now, we want to have a reasonably firm grip, not so hard that we're really gripping it, but somewhere where it's not so loose it's going to fall out, so kind of a medium one where the pick is moving. Okay, so that's the first place to start. That's holding the pick. Now, let's look at how we're going to place our hand on the guitar. So we use what we call bracing, where the hand is going to rest. Okay, and what I'm doing on my guitar, I've got my heel of my hand, which is this part here, and I'm resting that against the guitar here. Okay, and then I'm going to find a position that I can place the pick on top of the 6th string. Okay, and I can place it there and rest it so the pick is flat on the string. Okay, so it's not at an angle. Okay, like this, it's flat and the pick is pointing directly at the guitar, so it's kind of flat. If you can see that, let me move around a little bit. Okay, so it's flat, so it's not an angle like this, it's not an angle like that, it's resting flat on the guitar. So you may have to play around with this to find a position where you can rest your hand, okay, and then place the pick flatly on string number 6. Okay, so there's 2 ways of bracing. One, we can use the heel of the hand, which I prefer or I use. The other way of doing it is to brace with our fingers. So I can take these fingers here, okay, place them on the other side of the guitar, and the same thing. Okay. The reason we're doing this with the bracing with our hand here or the fingers is so we give our pick a point of reference to come back to. If we rest the hand, we brace it. Okay. Every time I pick the string, okay, the pick will return to the same position without even thinking about it. Okay, so that's the reason we're bracing it. So let's recap this. Let's take our pick out of the hand. Here's my index finger on the picking hand. I'm going to crook it over. I'm going to place the pick across the first knuckle and put my finger down on the top like that. And then I'm going to find a place on the guitar where I can rest either the heel of my hand or my fingers, okay, and place the pick so it rests flatly on top of string number 6 like that. That's how we want to start. Okay, so that's the very first way to start with that one. Okay, so let's move on to the next video. I'm going to take a look at exercise number 1. Okay, so here we go, lesson number 1 from page 11 of our method guide. And if you look at it on page 11, you'll see exercise number 1, and you'll see there's some numbers and letters underneath. And with exercise number 1, you'll see we'll have 2 letters. So here we go with exercise number 1. And exercise number 1 on page 11 is described as being on the 6th string with a D underneath it, and also on the 6th string with a U underneath it. Okay, so that means we're going to pick D for down on string number 6 and then U for up on string number 6. Okay, the first thing we're going to do with this one is to split it into 2 parts. So we're going to be looking at the downstroke and then the upstroke, and in both cases we want to be watching our pick as we're doing this to use just the tip of the pick. Okay, maybe a millimeter or 2 going over the top of the pick. Okay, If our pick goes too far over the string, if I exaggerate it and put a string right there, it makes it really, really hard, okay? And you're going to get a very awkward sound, and it makes it much harder to pick the strings. So being on the tip of the pick, maybe a millimeter or two, is where we want to be, okay? So the first thing we're going to do, and you'll need a metronome for this, so please refer to the previous video lesson on metronome using, and we're going to have it clicking away, and we're going to practice our downstroke, okay? So the metronome will be clicking 1, 2, 3, 4, down, 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 okay? And as you're doing this, keep an eye on the pick and focus on what you're doing and listen to the sound you're making. You want a nice, consistent sound. Once you're okay with that, we're going to put the pick underneath the string and we're going to pull it up in the same way. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Once we've got those two components, the down pick and the up pick working, we'll then combine the two. So with one movement, we're going to be picking down, followed by up. Down, followed by up. Okay? Really best to take this nice and slowly. So we're thinking about a couple of things here. We're thinking about how to rest our hand, okay? And we can use fingers here or here, okay? And we're thinking about having the pick flat and just using the tip, okay? Okay, so this is exercise number 1. So let's play along. Okay, I'm going to count you in, and we're going to first do down picking, okay? So grab your guitar. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, 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 down. Take a break. 2, 3, 4. Down, 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 down. Okay? As you become more successful with it, you can just keep going and extend it 3 or 4 repetitions. Okay, now we're going to do the up picking. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up, 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 up. Take a break. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up, 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 up. Okay, and again the same. As you're more successful with it, again 3 or 4 repetitions. Now let's try combining the two with the down up. Here we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay, now let's take that even slower. Okay, here's the downstrokes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, 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 down. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, 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 down. Let's take a look at the upstrokes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up, 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 up. Take a break. 1, 2, 3, 4. And up, 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 up. Okay, now we'll combine the two. This is down upstrokes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, up, down, up. Take a break. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, up, down, up. So again, go for short repetitions to start with. Pick a tempo that's reasonably slow for you. Have a metronome clicking, maybe 50, 55, 60 would be a good target, but starting slow is the best way to go with it. If you have any questions, please let me know. Email me. That'll be great.